highway trucks. You know, contractors would buy those. We don't do very many. Primarily what we do is bigger tanks for the off-road application. And I was telling them, that's 8,000, that's 8,000, that's 20,000, that's 20,000. Go on a huge mine truck. This is where it gets kind of messy.
Try not to.
Small parts, like you see these spray bars and all that, they make all of that, so that when I bring it over here, it just goes on the tank. These hold 20,000 gallons of water.
How heavy?
It's about 50,000 pounds. So you put it in a new burn table. I actually bought this from the power plant in City.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they bought a brand new. They have all the money in the world.
Yeah.
That's a big plus for us because it's relatively new. Yeah. And all this material, if you look at it, it's all cut over there. Now I was telling you about the machine operator position. This is a set of plate rolls. That's a burn table. That's a brake, and that's a shear. That's the machine operator position. Over there, that's our paint position.
That shed over there is where they paint it?
This is another highway truck, you know, one of those little guys like that white one. Yeah. Only it's a little different than most because it's got some unique features that you know, when you keep that compartment whole way up there. 8,500 gallons.
11:20 and Rob Meyer, another day means another big deal.
All of these reels, it's got tanks on it that haul diesel products, you know, like oil and different things, and grease and antifreeze, all dispensed out of these reels. They're all hydraulically operated. They've got an air compressor. They run off the truck power. It's got a ladder that goes up and down hydraulically.
It's fancy.
You did find the short?
What'd you say it's use?
My wife calls them mobile gas stations. You know, you have these huge mine trucks that these tanks go on. You know, the tires are taller than you. And so rather than bring them up to the shop and fuel them and grease them and service them, this thing goes around and does it for it. It goes to wherever the equipment is.
That's cool.
So there's just a plethora of hydraulic lines, just hoses and fittings everywhere.
How long does it take you to build something like that?
Apparently too long. In my plant in Arizona, I would build one of these a month. This one's taken us about. They started it before I left for Australia, which was end of December, end of January.
Yeah.
And
it's still here. Okay.
Part of it is they've never built anything like this in this plant.
Yeah.
So it's an engineering feat.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of a build on the fly, if you will, because they've never done it before. Yeah. So we do this, we do that, and then we change this and we change that. It's taken an inordinate amount of time. I have 3 more of these. One bigger, 2 bigger, and 1 smaller.
So this would be considered a cut. I mean, is everything a custom order, or is this considered?
This one is. It's a prototype.
Yeah.
They've never built this type of tank that I designed for them. All of the products are inside there in one big tank. They've never done this ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I never did that ladder either. But the next one should be a little more timely because now we haven't flattened the learning curve too much, but maybe we've shortened it. I don't know. I don't think we've made it any worse. That's pretty much what we do. The neat thing about it is that this all comes in as a flat piece of steel.
Yeah.
If you look over here, and you can take a little pride in what you do if you do it well. You know, you bring in a truckload of steel over there and you unload it. These huge plates on the ground. Then we bring it in here, we burn it, we cut it, we break it, we roll it, and then we send it over here and we weld it and beat on it with hammers. And at some point it ends up looking like this.
So the actual cab part you purchase from?
Yeah, from Caterpillar or John Deere, or the customer supplied. Now a lot of this stuff, like in Australia, we just ship the product and they install it when it gets there.
So this one, is this one going to Australia?
No, this
the one out here?
This one, no, it's going to Houston. Everything but the two little guys are going to Canada. This one is going on that truck sitting out front here in the U.S. Everything else is going to Australia.
So how many do you do a year, did you say?
What, are you selling this information? My competitors?
No! Okay, you don't have to tell us.
Let me put it to you this way. I'm kind of anal about what I sell and how much volume I do, that kind of thing. I mean, some of it you can find if you pull up tax records, but we're not going to pay our taxes, so it doesn't matter. I can tell you that we are going to double our volume this year over last year.
All right.
So if it was $5 last year, it's $10.
That puts it pretty simple.
Just call me simple.
Well, thanks, Tom, for the tour. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I don't know if it helps.
We are at Klein Products in Fort Scott, Kansas.